Like that story in the Bible that talks about a wise one who built on a rock and another foolish one who built on sand. Now, when we build on the rock in this case, you have built up enough stores for your child to start with as they are growing up. Hello, moms to be, and everyone invested in making our little ones healthier. Welcome to Next Gen Nutrition, a space dedicated to walk with you the journey of nutrition for you and for your child. My name is Joanne and I am your child nutritionist. Today we are talking about preconception nutrition. Now, this is nutrition in that space of life just next to conception, when one is planning or they are about to conceive. It is important for one to consider their nutrition in this season because it lays a foundation for your child's health. As children are conceived, they start up with stores of nutrients in our bodies, because most of the times when mothers get pregnant, it takes them some time to realize that they're actually pregnant. That is around 4 to 6 weeks. Now, all this time, so much activity is ongoing about the growth of a child, and it needs to be powered by nutrients. The cells are multiplying very fast. Remember, we have a very tiny egg and a very tiny sperm forming a small zygote. Now, that becoming a human that you can see, a lot of activity and growth goes on, and it requires nutrients. If a child's brain development does not happen well right from the start, even when we try later in the years to stock them up with nutrients and feed them, there's something that is already lacking on the other side. So why not start early, and then this child is just continuing to grow well. Even physical development, a child can be stunted in their mother's body before they even get out. They didn't have enough nutrients to grow in the body, and sometimes most of those nutrients are required before pregnancy. Among the foods that a mother needs in this season are the dark leafy green vegetables. Now, these are packed with very many nutrients, but there is one specifically, which is folate, that I would like to talk about. Folate is a nutrient that is required for the development of the neural tube, or I can't say specifically the spinal cord. Now, when a child lacks this nutrient, their neural tube will not be able to close, and we see a child developing neural tube defects. For example, spina bifida, where the child's back does not close, the spinal cord does not close, and the one for the head, which is known as anencephaly, where still the neural tube that extends into the brain does not close. Now, this nutrient is needed in the first few weeks of conception. You see how important that is? We need to have the dark green leafy vegetables quite early before conception comes in. Some of the dark green leafy vegetables that we have on the market include nakati, sukuma wiki, dodo, spinach. They are all available in our market. Another essential food that we require in this season are the eggs. Well, I know some of you have already thrown this off your diet, but eggs are really important, and they are packed with protein and a nutrient known as choline or choline. This nutrient is very, very important for the brain development of our children, early brain development. While the body can be able to form some of this choline, it is unable to sustain the requirement. That means we need to provide it in our diet. So put back the eggs on the diet, and let's have that choline and brain development start quite early in a child's life. Another food that is really important in this season of a mother's life and a baby's life is fish. Fish is so packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are very important for the child's development, and specifically their brain development. So for omega-3 fatty acids, you may need to stock up some tilapia, some Nile perch. I know sometimes the prices can be weird on the market, but Mukene can come in handy. For our friends in Pakwach, Nang Nang is a good one. And yes, we also have the chia seeds that are also packed with omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, and lastly, I would like to talk about iron. Iron is a very important nutrient that is required for blood formation. Yes, it is that nutrient that helps to form blood. And where do we get this iron? We have liver, we have meat, we have beans, we have nuts. Yes, all these foods are packed with this iron that can help us store up and make stores ready for our child to come in. Iron also helps in prevention of anemia. Usually when mothers have anemia, they get complications throughout their pregnancy. Since we do not want this to happen, it is better that a mother stocks up on iron as early as possible and all throughout the pregnancy. So you may need to ditch all the junk that you may have put in your diet. Preconception season is a season where you may require to go back to our traditional balanced diet to come up with a meal that provides all the nutrients that you require and store up for your child. If you find this helpful, please like, comment, share, and hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on any other episode about nutrition for you and for your child from preconception to their 50th birthday. Thank you and see you.